Welcome to Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, site of the 2020 Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship. We're here at the tip-off event at the beginning of the season, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Baylor Lady Bears, Kim Mulkey. Welcome.
Thank you, Brenda. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you as well. So last year was such a magical season, another national championship, the third in your program's history. You were named National Coach of the Year, of course, another Big 12 title. Every team is different, but when you think back on that season and that team, what stands out to you?
That they had unbelievable chemistry. We stayed away from any major injury, and we just lived up to expectations in the conference, winning it again. And then in the postseason, the chemistry. It was just a team I just didn't have any issues with, and you would coach a lifetime if you had teams like that every year.
Yes, and it was such a special team, and Lauren Cox was such an important part of that team, and going down with the injury in the national championship game, we're so glad that that didn't end up being more serious. What impresses you most about Lauren? She battles type 1 diabetes and has so many things that she deals with in addition to being a superstar player.
Well, other than the fact that she's a tremendous person, she may be the most competitive young lady I've ever coached. When you divide up into teams, you want to be on Lauren's team because she just cannot stand to lose, and she doesn't mind challenging you as a teammate, but at the same time, she's hard on herself. And to deal with diabetes daily and to check her, prick her finger every hour. How many of us want to do that? She has no choice, but I think she has managed it well. I can think of only 2 instances in the years I've had her where we had to be really, really careful.
Well, we're glad that she's back for sure. And
I know I am.
Yes, I know you are. She's one of the candidates for National Player of the Year. And now she teamed up with Kalani last year. Kalani Brown, they work so well inside. But now Kalani's gone on to the WNBA in her professional career. And you've got the young stars and Nalissa Smith and Queen Egbo, and then the transfer and Aaron DeGreat. So it's going to look different inside. What do you anticipate for your team's style of play offensively and defensively this year?
I don't anticipate there to be much different style of play. You have Lauren Cox at 6'4", you have DeGreat who transferred in at 6'5", and then you have Bickle, and then you have Smith, and you have Queen. So you have 5 post players, and they're all different in their style of play, but what we do in the system should not change. Whereas Kalani may have been a back-to-the-basket post player, and we feed her there, we're going to allow athletes to take it and put it on the floor, but still kind of do some of the same things. And, we're a man-to-man team. We're going to guard you. And, Cox is going to alter shots with her size, and we've got to have tremendous point guard play. I think that was a question mark last year, and Chloe Jackson filled that role well. So hopefully Cooper will fill that. Dee Richards, Juicy Landrum. I hope those guys can really have good years.
That's what I was going to talk to you a little bit about. The fact that Chloe Jackson came in to your program as a grad transfer last year and hadn't been a point guard. And, I mean, she was remarkable throughout the season, but especially in the Final Four. What expectations do you have now with Cooper coming in as a transfer as well, and those other names that you said at that point guard position?
Well, Cooper and Chloe are good friends, and I think Cooper was interested in transferring to us because of what happened with Chloe. She wants to play point guard, and Chloe and Cooper's style of play, it's different. Chloe is as good a mid-range shooter as I've ever coached, and you didn't want to take that away from her when you moved her to the point. She played within herself. She didn't try to do too much. She knew she was surrounded by great players that would make her look good. Cooper is more of I tend to think more of a ball handler than Chloe was. I think she's a great penetrator. She can penetrate. Sometimes she doesn't need to penetrate. Her range is deeper than Chloe. She will shoot the 3 ball, and Chloe wouldn't do it that much. So it'll be interesting to see. We certainly hope she has a great year, and if she can and stay healthy and wouldn't have to use Juicy or Dee at the point and leave them in their natural positions.
All right. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. It's going to be a busy day today at the Big 12 Women's Basketball Tip-Off. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Brenda.
We're at Municipal Auditorium right here in Kansas City. We'll see everybody back here at the Women's Basketball Championship in March.